Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm doing my May favorites for you, and I have 2 makeup products and 3 skincare products. Okay, let's start with makeup. So first product I've got for you is one product that I've been using a lot recently. I've had this foundation for a while now. It's the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation in the shade Alabaster. I've probably had it for like well over a year now. And I remember when I first got it, I really loved it, and then it kind of got put to the back of my drawer and I was using all these other foundations and I forgot all about it. And then all of a sudden it was all over YouTube and I was like, I have that foundation, like I need to get it out again and have a look. Anyway, so I went in my drawer, got it out, tried it again, and I remembered just how much I loved it. So I remember the first time that I used it like a year ago, I was putting it on with a brush, and I remember it was a lot of work and like it was hard to get it to go on smooth and I was kind of struggling with it. And then when I started using it again recently, I would dot it all over my face and then I would blend it in with a beauty blender and it goes on like heaven. Like I absolutely love this foundation. So it's full coverage. It's got I wouldn't call it a matte finish, I'd call it a satin finish. Matte finishes on me, they totally dry me out, so I can't wear matte foundations. But this one I seem to be able to wear and it doesn't dry my skin out. It doesn't feel really tight and horrible like matte foundations do on me. It's pretty comfortable wearing. You're very aware you're wearing it because it is heavy foundation. It definitely isn't that no makeup effect. Really, really long lasting, great coverage, doesn't dry out, doesn't tend to settle in fine lines, nothing like that. Really, really good foundation. Okay, next makeup product I want to talk about is this little beauty. So this is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I know America's had it for a long time now. They've probably had it for about 3-4 months. We only got ours in Australia a couple of weeks ago, so as soon as it launched, like the minute it launched, I ordered one. Luckily, because it sold out very, very quickly. So yeah, it's absolutely beautiful palette. I put my first tutorial on this palette out on Monday, and that was like my natural day look. And I've got another tutorial coming out next Monday, which is going to be more of an evening look. So like you can see, it's got a beautiful array of colours. Your nude, your peaches, your darks, cools, warms. It's kind of got everything that you need. And the quality of these eyeshadows are impeccable. They're so creamy, so pigmented, so easy to blend. They're very, very foolproof eyeshadows. So I know you probably can't get hold of this one anywhere in the world anymore if you haven't already got it, but definitely look at the other Too Faced palettes, like the Bonbon palette, the Chocolate Bar palette, any of the Too Faced eyeshadow palettes. Definitely give them a try because the quality of these eyeshadows are incredible. Okay, now I've got 3 skincare products to talk about. So skincare is definitely the place where I like to experiment. I always love trying these skincare products, especially if they're going to be super hydrating or anti-aging, anything like that. I love to give it a try because it really works for my skin. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Josie Maran Pure Argan Milk Intensive Hydrating Treatment. So I got a little sample of this. It was exactly the same bottle. It was glass. It was so pretty, and it was just a mini one. It was like the cutest sample I've ever received. And I got one of these. I think I ordered some products from Mecca Maxima, and it came with the, with the products in the box from online. And I used it one night just to try it. So what happens when I'm working at work, by the end of the 5 days, my skin's very, very dehydrated because I work in air conditioning. So I like to kind of at the end of my 5 days when I'm going on to my 2-day break, I like to really intensely hydrate my skin just to recover it from those 5 days. So I'll either do like a mask or an oil, something really, really recovering. So anyway, so I tried my sample and I absolutely loved it. So it's a creamy kind of milky texture. It comes in a little dropper bottle. Anyway, what I did is I cleansed all my skin. I put my chosen serum on and then I put that on top. So no moisturizer, I just put that on top. It's very kind of, it's not sticky, but you're aware of it on your skin. It kind of doesn't disappear into the skin. It kind of stays on the surface a bit like an oil. So I put it on and I slept in it. And the next morning, my skin felt so hydrated. All my little fine lines, like around my nose and around my eyes, they all kind of puffed out. Everything was just really, really hydrated. Any sensitivity had been kind of settled, any redness. My pores had all kind of settled into my skin. So as you can see, I went out and bought the full-size bottle. So this is the 30 ml, and I've just been using it like once a week. Like I said, after my 5 days at work and my skin's feeling its worst, I'll sleep in that overnight and it definitely makes a huge, huge difference. Okay, next product is the Kiehl's Epidermal Retexturizing Microdermabrasion Scrub. So again, I used this a long time ago. So I used to work for a makeup brand and my counter was like right next to the Kiehl's counter. And I remember getting a sample of this from the consultant and I really loved it, so I bought it. But this was like maybe 5 years ago. And I bought it, finished the bottle, then I kind of forgot about it and I was using some different exfoliators. Anyway, the other day I was walking past Kiehl's and I needed a new exfoliator and I was like, I remember that one being really good. So I went and bought a new tube and it is like the best face exfoliator I've ever tried. So it is the typical white creamy exfoliator with the little grains in it, but instead of the grains being quite big and circular, it's like little grains of sand. They're very, very tiny, which means that they get into like the most minute parts of your face and they remove the dead skin. So you don't need very much, so wash your face, take all your makeup off. I use it in the shower, so while my face is still wet, I'll take like a 5-cent piece, like that much, just a little bit, and I'll just kind of work it all over the face. So really in around the nose and the chin, in this little bit here where I get a lot of congestion between my brows, and then I'll just massage it all over my face. It's pretty abrasive. Because it's a microdermabrasion scrub, it is very, very fine. It is like a sand. So it's really good at getting off all that dead skin and really buffing the surface of the skin. But like I said, it is very, very effective. So if you're super sensitive, I would probably say get a sachet first from the company and try it. But if you're looking for a very effective exfoliator, it is just amazing. Like when I washed it off, my skin was like a baby's bum. Like it was so soft, and all that congestion that I get in here and around my nose just from wearing makeup. And you know, you get all your pores get all clogged and you get little dry patches. It basically removed it all. It gets right into your pores, gets all the dirt out, gives your skin like an amazing clean. So I would probably say use this one or two times a week. It's beautiful. Okay, last product I want to talk about is basically virgin coconut oil. So I got this from my supermarket. It is nothing super fancy apart from it's unrefined, organic, virgin coconut oil, and it's in its hard state, which is why it looks like a white paste. I've got a few friends who are from kind of like the Middle East, India, like Bangladesh, those kind of areas, and they were telling me that coconut oil, from when they're very, very tiny, they use coconut oil for everything, like for cooking, for their skin, for their hair, like absolutely everything. I've been hearing a lot of people use coconut oil like for their under eyes and for like dermatitis, all that kind of stuff. So I thought I'm gonna go and pick some up because my under eyes tend to get very, very crepey, very dehydrated very easily, and I also have a dermatitis problem on my legs. So my legs get really dry and kind of rashy and itchy sometimes, especially if I've not been on top of my moisturizers. So I went and picked up a little jar of this, and first of all I used it on my under eye. So I took the tiniest amount, and instead of using an eye cream, I just put the tiniest amount and just worked it into my under eyes, slept in it. Did that every night for about a week, and it really, really helped with that crepiness. Like those fine lines really popped out. It really helped to kind of soften them, diminish them, and take away any dry patches. And then I decided to use it on my body. So I did like a full body scrub, and I thought, right, I'm gonna fully moisturize my skin. I was working up to doing a fake tan. It was a couple of days before, and I thought I want my skin to be like in tip-top condition. So my tan looked incredible. So I used this to hydrate my skin, and it is the most beautiful body moisturizer I have ever used. It doesn't sit on the skin like an oil. Like you can go to bed and you can sleep in it in your bed covers and it doesn't make a mess of your bed covers. It's not that kind of product. Like it's really hard to explain, but you just take a little bit of it, kind of work it into your hands to melt it down to the oil, and then work it into the skin. And it's just the most beautiful feeling. Like your skin feels like silk. So you work it into the skin, and basically it kind of really settles into the skin so you don't have that oily finish. And I did that, slept in it, woke up the next morning, and my skin has never felt softer. Like, it's incredible. Like, the reason that these countries have been using this stuff for years and years and decades and centuries is because it's just beautiful. Now this jar, this huge jar that is like the size of my head, I think was about $5 Australian. Like I just got it from my local supermarket, and you can get that health food shops, your supermarket, wherever you normally get all those kind of healthy food products, you'll be able to find a jar of this. And like I said, use it around your eyes. I didn't put it all over my face. I felt like it might be too much. I didn't want my skin to be that soft. So like I said, I just used it on my under eyes, used it on my legs, on my arms, on my belly. It was beautiful. So that's all of my products of the month. I really hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Have a wonderful day and I'll see you soon. Bye.